When doing research on the town of Abbeville and the evolution of its fire department, some neat stories, a lot of great history evolved. You know, Abbeville was incorporated around 1832, and with time, houses and stores and shops, a school and churches sprang up. The town survived numerous fires, and the local people called it the fire fiend. And in the mid-1800s, back then they just had primitive methods of fighting fires: shovels, rakes, fire buckets, wet blankets, and even pine tops. They didn't have church bells initially, so they used pistols or rifles or shotguns fired in the air to get attention. But around 1852, they started floating the idea of buying a fire engine, but only after a major fire destroyed a great portion of the town. But not until 1858, they had another devastating fire, and that's when they began to put together an organization of the fire department. In January of 1872, the paper said there was the most terrible calamity which occurred in the city, and it noted that it was another fire without a fire engine. But in 1872, they formed a hook and ladder company, but they didn't have an apparatus. They had buckets, axes, just like they did. And that same year, they had another devastating fire, and the firemen didn't turn out. And the newspaper gave them a hard time, wanted to know where they were. And in January of 1873, the courthouse and a number of other buildings were destroyed. But the paper mentioned that the bucket brigade responded, and it noted that in the past, the fire department was mainly a social organization. The Sanborn maps that were printed in May of 1884 showed the population of Abbeville at 1,500, but there was no mention of a fire department or even waterworks. And in 1896, Abbeville reorganized their hook and ladder company. And in 1897, the fire department had hose carts, hose, and waterworks, but no fire bell. That was purchased in 1898. And around 1900, the fire department seemed to get its act together and became the pride of the town. How about go to our website and check out the rest of their history? They have come a long way, and they have something now to be very proud of.